Welcome to the Jail Widow. I am Ada Kay, and I lost my husband to prison. This is my story, my experiences, and my survival journey. This is not legal advice. This is where jail widows gather together to support and encourage one another. Good evening, everybody. And thank you so much for joining me. Oh, it's been an interesting day. I hope y'all are okay. Hope y'all have had a good day. Hi, Haley Mouse. Hi, everybody. Oh, thank God, Kristen. Thank God. Oh my gosh. I've got to get Braxton. I'm having some major trouble here. This Google account is keep popping up on my screen. Maybe if I open this up and put it back here and pull this in front, and it'll do it on that and not my main one. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, Haley Mouse. Well, guys, I've done some fun things. I have. Guess what I've been doing? I had to redo my entire sound deck. Oh, isn't that just joyful? I redid my. Squeegee adjusted. I've missed all of y'all. Trying to get rest from a virus. Hey, but otherwise, glad to be Friday. I know, y'all. I know. I know. I know. It's one of those days. This week just hasn't felt right. It's a strange week. It was an unusual week. Just really cray cray. Okay, so I am inviting our interpreter. We'll see if she hops on. It's okay if she doesn't. This is a little different tonight. Hi, Miss Kevin. Hey, Trial Live. Oh, thank you. You make me feel so loved. I have missed you, but I have been watching Trial TV Live. Mm-hmm. And thank y'all for posting things about um, some of the stuff that's upcoming. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about tomorrow for our members only live. So if you are not a member, please become a member. Hey y'all. Oh yay, they are going through, yes. Hi, Sneaky Side. That's right. The only one and only Miss Kevin. Oh my gosh. So, hello, everybody. I didn't get it done. I forgot about it. I forgot about it, y'all. I really did. I did. We are having a membership campaign. And at the end, well, twice a month. Oops, don't want to do that. Twice a month, twice this month, I'm going to be giving away a Starbucks card and a Yeti for all those who become members. All you have to do is say, I'm a member. Oh my God, y'all, we did it. I can't believe it. We actually did it. Exciting news. Memberships have launched. Memberships are a great way to financially support this channel. Starting at the juror level of membership, we will be hosting members only lives. Also, at the judge level, we will be having VIP events. We hope you will enjoy sporting the membership badges and soon to come exclusive emojis. Thank you for watching and supporting the stream and my dream to provide accessibility to the deaf and hard of hearing. So, I'm going to give away 2 Starbucks tumblers, and I'm going to give away a gift card with each one. And I can't remember her name, the one that won. All right, Miss Kevin, who is Broken Baker's right hand person? Who's Broken Baker's right hand person? I can't remember her name for the life of me. Let me know her name because that's who won the tumbler. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know. Well, it'll come up. It'll hit me. If anybody knows, I'll call. I can get a hold. If anybody know, let me know. Okay. No, it's Broken Baker. We have been all right. My town is real small. We don't have a lot of the restaurants and things that big towns have. I mean, we have more than some. But look what just opened up here. Dutch Bros. And I got a free drink. I actually the other day they had free drinks for everybody. So today was their first day. Yeah, that's who it is. And I need to get a hold of them and I don't know how to reach them. So anyway, my daughter said, "Hey mom, let's go to Dutch Bros." I said, "Okay." And I forgot I brought my wallet in. And guess what? I got there and I didn't have any money. So they let me have my drinks and then I'll go back and pay them. Yes. Where did it go? So, anybody who know her, see her, tell her to get a hold of me. I think she's in our Discord, so we'll check. So, I don't want to put that there. Everyone can see it. It looks tacky. Tonight we're going to do something a little different. We were supposed to be doing Friday Night Frenzy, but Rob moved this past week and he does not have everything set up. So Jamie, that's the one. Oh my gosh. Miss Kevin, can you please hold on to that? When and or text it to me, send it to me in Discord so I don't forget because I need Miss Jamie. She won. Well, as you noticed, today's live is called Jail Widow. I had started another YouTube channel called Jail Widow, and I had some videos on it, but well, I deleted them because I started doing that before this, and I would just record it and post it. So I really didn't have much skill. It wasn't that great. It really wasn't. So, I'm kind of relaunching. So if y'all would like to hop on over to Jail Widow, it is another one of my channels and sub there. That would be great. But I started the Jail Widow group because when I lost my husband to prison, we had there was no support in any, and there's still not really any support for anybody who's lost somebody to prison, as far as a spouse is concerned, or maybe even a child. There's a whole lot of thank you, Erica. Um, and if you become a member, put just put member, and you'll be in a drawing. I'm going to have two. There'll be $25 gift cards along with the tumbler, so that's a $50 value that I'll be giving away on the 15th. Oh, Erica, thank you. On the 15th, and then again on the end of the month. So anyway, it really bothered me because when I went through it, there was no assistance on any way. You just found your way. You just found your way. And there's no one to sit there and explain, okay, the moment it's guilty, go here. The moment it's this, do that. Oh, thank you so much. Um, all of that. No one tells you that it's just like a spouse dying, but you don't have a death certificate. You have to take things out of their name. You've got to get your name on things. You got to handle bills. There's just a litany of things that happens. And then when you have children, are you required to take them? Should you or shouldn't you have an attorney for yourself if you're testifying? There's just so much. And there's no one and nothing out there talking about this. Everything that I could find, everything that I could find was for the inmate. Oh, thank you guys for subbing. I really appreciate that. And so I've decided that once a week I'm going to go on and Jail Widow. I may do just a recording over there, but for now I'm doing them in both places and on the Facebook page because there's so many of us out there that lose our spouse or significant other or partner or even a child to prison, and we don't know what to do. And it is hard enough going through that, but what's even harder is not having the ability to have any advice. So, Heike, my beloved friend. Oh my gosh, good to see you. She's another monkey mom. In fact, she's my go-to if I have a problem with my monkey. But anyway, let me start tonight by being very vulnerable and sharing my story. Yeah. Thank you all for running over there and subbing. You can watch me here. You can watch me there. It doesn't matter. Eventually, I'll go over there. Remember, friends, our members only live starts the second tier of membership. There we go. But please understand this is my journey. If it's triggering to you, it's okay for you to step away. I will not share what he did. And there's some information that I'm just not going to share because it's too personal, meaning just his side of the story. I'm sharing my side of the story. Okay. My experiences, what I went through, because we've been talking about court and talking about things. And I've discovered that, you know what, you guys don't know my story. And you don't know how I know these things. And so I've decided I'm going to be real tonight. Okay. So here we go. My journey started in 2007. I was married to a professional person and I was a stay at home mom. He worked, he paid bills. I stayed home. I took care of the house. I took care of the kids. When I mean take care of the house, I replaced the plumbing under sinks. I mean, the only thing I didn't really do is mow the yard. It was huge. So He liked to mow, so he would mow the yard. But in all intents and purposes, pretty much everything else was up to me now. He did like to do his laundry sometimes. I mean, it wasn't like he didn't help, but my job was 24/7 care of my children and my husband, and that's what I did. And so I got up one morning, and it was early '07. I got up one morning, and my son, who was 7 at the time, told his first lie. He said he did his homework when he didn't. So I told my ex to sit down with him and finish it so I could get my daughter and so we could all get off on time. And my daughter was 2, and I got her dressed, got him in the car, and very rarely did I leave before my husband because his business and all that, he was gone by 6:30 in the morning. So I got in the car, in the van, loaded the kids up, started driving down the street. Now, mind you, we live in an elderly town, and we see funeral, the black Lincoln funeral cars, and we see them all the time. And I remember very vividly that my son was in the car, and I turned to him and I said, "I wonder who died," because 2 of those vehicles passed us, and there were 2 people in the front in suits on each one of the vehicles. So I literally didn't know we died that day at that time. So I went to drop off my son to school. I dropped off my daughter to Mommy's Day Out program at the church. Or was it daycare? She went to daycare a little bit. And I had a friend who was a dog groomer, and she was in her 50s, and she had this huge dog. Now, I was a dog groomer at the time too. I helped her out, but I didn't have my own place. So I went over to her place to help her out, and I started getting a migraine, and then an asthma attack kicked in. I said, "I got to go home, babe." And it was about 9 o'clock. And I arrived at home. Now, I take a right off the main street and then the first street to the left, and my house was the second from the corner. And as soon as I turned, I saw my husband's vehicle in the driveway. Now, he never left it in the driveway, garage or, moving, but it never just sat in the driveway. And I saw, I don't know how many cars, but we had city police, county sheriff, state trooper, ICE, ATF, FBI, all of them were there. People everywhere. I thought my husband had been murdered. So I pull in a panic, and I'm met with guns. Dragged me out of the car, made me lay on the ground. They patted me down and put me on the chairs on the front porch and started searching my car. Found out there was a warrant, a search warrant. From that, I'm going to skip some details in there, but needless to say, nothing was found in the home, but, nothing happened at the home. Let me rephrase that. Nothing happened at the home. So we went to his office. Then, hours and hours and hours later, long story short, he was arrested, hauled off to the big city while I'm here in a little town. I called my friend, and she kept the kids, called his mother, called my parents. They were 2 hours and 7 hours away. The house was tossed. So I have to start getting everything picked up. I have to find a lawyer. I have to figure out how I'm going to get the house done so when the kids get home later that night, they don't see the mess. Figure out what's going on, how to get my husband out of jail. Can we get my husband out of jail? I was just grasping. All I knew is I had to get the house taken care of before the kids get home, and I got to get a lawyer. And I knew that he could get bonded out the next morning. So I go and start calling for an attorney. My mother-in-law came to the house. We started cleaning everything up. Found an attorney immediately, met with them briefly, figured out the bond, then went back to the house. 1 o'clock-ish in the morning, my parents arrived. We made plans. I made arrangements for them to take the kids home with them because I knew the media was going to be all over this. And so at that point, made all the decisions we could at that time. We didn't know what to do. None of us had ever gone through anything like this. None of us have ever been in jail. None of us have ever been arrested. We just didn't know what to do. So we got a few hours sleep. The next morning, my mother-in-law and I go to the neighboring town where he was. It's an hour and a half away. And my parents stayed with the kiddos, took them to school, whatever. And then we get into court and he's bonded out. My mother-in-law bonded him out because we didn't have it. She barely had it. I mean, she had to put her house up and everything. And we bring him home. And then we had a weekend and I was supposed to sing in church or solo. And I had picked out prior to all this, been practicing It Is Well with My Soul from Sandy Patty. Very difficult arrangement. And my choir director called and said, we heard what happened because it hit the news. And she said that I have somebody else. I said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I will sing it. I will sing it. So I, Sunday morning, arrived at church and either people supported me or people ran. And I got up there and in front of the church and on live TV, sang that song. And in the middle of that song, I just kept hearing a small voice saying, it's not well. You hypocrite. You're standing up here and everybody looking at you. I mean, it was all over the news, all over Texas. It was all over. It was growing. And so I wasn't well. I'm lying. And I heard another small voice kind of within me say, no, it's not okay, but it will be well. You'll get through this. So I finished the song. I did the best I think I've ever sang on that song. I guess my determination to show that, we're innocent and we're going to fight this. At that point, I thought he was innocent. He claimed his innocence. And I sit down and my spiritual parents were behind me and I didn't know them really that well. I mean, I sang in the choir with my mom, spiritual mom, but we weren't really friends at that point. And the people next to us got up and moved away. Yeah. Blazingly just got up and moved away. Shunned me. And that's when Papa was like, this ain't going to happen. So long story short, with them, I now have people I call mom and dad because they're my spiritual parents. And anyway, then we started the process of working through house arrest. I had to take over a lot more responsibilities. So come the Monday morning, I end up having to take the kids to CPS, to a safe place. Because he did not do anything to my children, okay? He didn't do anything to my kids. He never physically did anything to kids. But they were brought in and they did their little investigation as they could with this little 7-year-old and a 2-year-old. Almost 7 and 2-year-old. And then I had to give them to my parents and they drove away with my kids. And I was told, we don't know if you're going to get them back. I sobbed. I cried so hard for days. And Then we had to work out visitation with supervision, and we had to work out all kinds of stuff. We had to work through so much, and then we had to work through years, 2 years, 2.5 years of prepping for trial and things like that. And during that time, I'm trying to start a business. I started a business. I knew that if something happened, I was going to need to do something and have something established. And that was going really well until court, till it came that week of court, and then everybody figured out who I was because I didn't tell anybody. If they didn't personally already know me, I didn't tell my customers anything. So some of the biggest things that happened during that time was him being on house arrest. The phone calls were being recorded. We had no privacy. We had news media all over us all the time, me particularly. There's a restaurant here that built a new restaurant and tore down the old one, and they had a second story 5-star restaurant. And the managers knew me well, and I used to escape up there to get away from media. They have a little elevator as soon as you come in the door, and I'd get in it, and the manager would sweep me up there, and I'd be the only one up there. And they protected me from the media, but there was no privacy, and money was horrible, tight. He lost most of his business customers. We lived 2 years of hell. I've had police pull me over and say I was speeding when I wasn't, and tell me they have the right to search my car because of my husband. And of course, I didn't know the law. I didn't know that they did not have the right. There was just a lot of things that went bad, a lot of things. And then, thank you, love. And then came time for trial. And I testified, and they meaning his attorneys, asked that I not come in and listen because the jury would believe me more if I sat outside, because that means then my testimony is not tainted by what I heard in court. And I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. I get it. Well, one of the first advice that I give to people is if you are going to testify in a spouse's hearing, the first thing you need to do is get yourself an attorney. So I go in and I get on the stand, and I'm hard of hearing at that point, not deaf, but I'm close. And the attorneys and the judge and everybody was told. And so when his attorney questioned me, he was real close. I could lip read, I could hear. Then the defense came up. They asked me questions. I could hear, I could lip read. And then his attorney, about 10 yards away, 15 yards away, decided to ask me a question. And I misunderstood the question and did not answer it the way I should have, because I didn't know what the question was. I only heard a portion of the question. They set me up. It was a setup. And I didn't know at the time. They should have had a interpreter there. They should have had some form of accommodations, and they didn't. But anyway, no matter what I said or did, he was going to go to jail. I was the last witness, so for almost 2 straight weeks, I sat in the courtroom rotunda waiting for him every day, 8 to 9, 12 hours a day. I sat out there, being the supportive wife. And they wanted the jury to see me out there, but they didn't want me out there inside the courtroom. Long story short, they were throwing me under the bus. Yep, big time. And then, so he ends up going bye-bye. We go to have lunch, And then while we're having lunch, we got a call that the jury is back, like an hour and a half. They come back, and I bolted from the restaurant, which was only a block and a half away. By the time I got in the courtroom, it was like a movie. You open up the first door after going through security, you have the foyer, and then you open up the second door into the courtroom. And as I'm opening up, everybody is there. I was the last one to get a call. So I open up that door, and the first thing the judge says that I hear, count one, guilty. Count two, three, four, whatever, all of them guilty. And then I just fall to my knees screaming and crying, and then I leave. And the newspaper article said it was like a bolt of lightning had hit me, and that's pretty much the way it felt. Because I was under the impression, sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. I was under the impression and the belief that he was innocent. I had heard nothing. I had seen nothing. He never committed a crime. If he's driving and the speed limit said 50 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone, he's going to do that 50 miles an hour. He was a very law-abiding type person. So I couldn't wrap my head around him that he could have potentially done what he was accused of. So anyway, I go back in and I watch them start handcuffing him, and my spiritual mom said, "No, I don't want you seeing this," and walked me out. Then his mother shows up because she wasn't in trial, because she was on the witness list. And I told her, and I mean, it was the hardest thing I had to say, but anyway, they one of the myth is that you get to see them before they leave. No, they told me I could say goodbye. No, they brought me all of his wallet, his belt, his ring, all of that in a bag, and it's the same bag that we use when we go to someone whose spouse is deceased, and we're bringing their possessions to do notification and next of kin. So I go home by myself, sobbed and screamed all the way. But what I didn't tell you was the day before, I had a lumpectomy. I had an ice pack on the side of my breast all day till I went to court, had a lumpectomy. So I came home, started doing mammocyte radiation. I had to close down his business. I and the only smart thing that I knew to do, and that was a God thing, was I demanded he give power of attorney to someone, not me, but somebody else, in case something went wrong. But that person was out of country, so I still had to take care of everything. But the next day, I had to go to his office and his staff, and it was horrible. The community blamed me for supporting him. Others blamed me and said I did it because he couldn't have done it. I had very few people who loved and supported me, period. And all the friends that I had before that, none of them are in my life. They all disappeared. Not a one is still in my life. And then my kids are still gone. I got them I got them back a month and a half later. But after even getting them back, I go to the grocery store, and I was called a pet of, what was it? Trying to figure out how I can say it. Such and such and such and such a B word. How could you support? No, it was the criminal wife. Um, I was criminal lover. I just can't say everything. It was hard. I had people calling up and threaten to kill me, harm my children. I had people ripping out and cutting up the screens on the house, put crap bombs. Do you guys know what a crap bomb is? I didn't even know that existed. They take fecal matter and write on the door bitch, scratch up my car, poke holes in the tire. I was assaulted. Um, I can't even begin to tell you how bad it was. And then my poor kids in school, that that was hell. So we went through about 10 years of that. It slowly got better, but even to this day, there's a whole lot of people who believe he's innocent because he was such a wonderful person in his business. I I mean, he never broke the law. Um, it was just good old church boy, great soft-hearted character, and I had a divorce because what people don't realize is victims can sue, and they were suing, and they were suing big time. And in order for me to survive financially, I even if I didn't want a divorce, I had to. And because of that, I became the evil person in the eyes of my family and his family. I was the bad guy, and I had 2 young children that I had to take care of. He wouldn't, and I tell people all the time, and they were so mad at me. But the person in jail or prison, they have a bed, as hard as it may be and cold as it may be. They have food, as bad as it may be. They have medical, as bad as it may be, but they don't have to fight for that. I would have been under a bridge, and my kids would have been in foster care if it wasn't for my spiritual parents, because we were majorly in debt, owed bills for his business, the home. He had bought some land to build his own building to move the business into. I would say easily half a million or more, easily, not including probably close to half a million in lawyer fees. I had to go get on food stamps. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Blazy. I had to go see Morales. I had to go get on food stamps. And it was mortifying to have to go and get on government services. And while I'm in there filling that paperwork out, sobbing like a baby, this woman walks in with her daughter, and they are wearing over $3,000 to $4,000. They had Gucci. They had, what was that? They had all this expensive clothes, and the girl got pregnant. And the mom said she's not going to pay for anything now that the girl's pregnant. So they got food stamps like that, Medicaid, everything, WIC, everything. Ooh. Even though she's a minor and she's pregnant, mama has health insurance. She got everything like that. Here I am, no money in the bank account, no job, 2 kids, nowhere to live. And because my husband had a job, I had to fight like hell. And no offense, there's nothing against culture or races, but a white woman who was married to a professional who lost the professional to jail, it's hard as hell to get health insurance. I mean, get on government assistance quickly. There, it took probably a month and a half for me to get through the process. It was the man with 2 birth dates. Oh, thank you so much. And it's been 15 years of almost living hell through most of. Melissa, you have? There is nothing out there to tell you how to survive this. Nothing. If I did not have my spiritual parents, and they were just members of the church and friends. I mean, they just jumped in there, and Papa, being a businessman, he took care of the stuff and helped get rid of the debt collectors, and it I, I guess the worst part of it is still to this day, I'm the bad guy. Still to this day, to a lot of people, I'm the bad guy. I'm they said that I was going to divorce him, and he didn't want a divorce or whatever, and I was framing him. By the way, none of that was true. Actually, before this had happened, we barely had a disagreement. We never had a knockout drag out fight. We had what I thought was a good relationship, good marriage. Now, I had gone through a lot of medical stuff during our marriage. Ended up with a hysterectomy a year after my child's birth. I mean, my hormones were up and down, and y'all women know how bad that is. But the stigma was horrid. It was worse than anything. And the people that you called friends, that you thought were your friends, that you knew for years, turned out to be one of the worst of them all. They go and gossip. Oh my gosh, small town, big town, it doesn't matter. Then I'm forced to take my children to prison to see their father because he had rights. And I did not believe it was in a mentally for them where he was at the time good for them to see him, because at the time he was in a holding prison or holding jail, county jail. And in there, shackled, foot, feet, arms, hands, behind a glass window and concrete walls in a cage. And I was angry at him for demanding his kids see him that way. I thought it would be better to wait a month or two until he got to where he was going to be, and I would bring them. And it was more of like a room, an airport waiting area, and you could at least hug, and there was no bars, there was no handcuffs and shackles. But that didn't happen. What I wanted, what I thought were the best of the kids, was not important. He was selfish. The night I told my son and daughter what happened, I think a part of me died. I had to tell him that daddy wasn't coming home ever. He would never live with us. Now he's out. They're adults and they can choose to do whatever they want. But as far as us as a family, was over. And yeah, yeah. See, it's hard for me when I watch these trials, and I don't mean emotionally. I'll explain that in a minute. But there's a lot of people who watch trials with us, and everybody has a right to their opinion. Everybody has a right to say whatever they want to say. But when it comes to procedures, or when it comes to the aftermath, if they've not been through it, they're just talking about what they've heard or seen on TV. They have no idea the realities. I mean, you can watch, what is it? The Bad Girls of Jail or whatever. You can watch all of these shows, but they're not showing what it's like for the family. They're showing what it's like for the inmate. And it's not easy. I'm not saying it is. And I remember telling the paper because they kept wanting a comment and I wouldn't give it to them. Don't ever give a comment to the paper, y'all. Don't ever talk to the media. Ever. Tip number one, don't talk to media. And only thing I said was, I have seen no evidence to show me guilt. And you're innocent until proven guilty. And this man that I personally know and married is not the character to have done this. But if I'm shown evidence that he did, that's another story. But I never saw any of the evidence. The lawyers didn't. Mm-mm. And I went through depositions. Oh my gosh. And the lawyers lied to me and said that I needed to share things with them and tell them things that had nothing to do with him and his case. They were trying to get dirt on me. And like I said earlier, if you're going to be in a deposition, if you're going to testify and it's your spouse, you need to get an attorney. And I wish I would have known that. No, you're right. They don't know. People compare to their milder health issues. I tell people, this is what I say. My trauma is as hard and important to me as your trauma is to you. I don't compare. Now, there is a difference between a hangnail and an amputation. And I had an amputation. And it floored me. There was no help. The police department were good for a while because we had all this stuff going on. I'd wake up, my tires would be slashed. I'd come home from the grocery store and there's a lipstick with whore written on my car. There's all kinds. I could just go on for days and days and days. And the false reports to CPS, I couldn't even tell you how many there are. I mean, my child wasn't even with me, and I go to Walmart, and 2 days later, I'm getting a call from CPS. They're going, we have a complaint. And I'm all like, okay, what's the complaint? Oh, someone said 2 days ago they saw you at Walmart and you were beating your child. I'm like, say what? What? Uh, no. I was floored. My children were called out of class more times than I can count, photographed, questioned, before I even knew it. There's so many things that went bad. I can go on forever. But I will say that last year, I found out the truth of how I was being thrown under the bus. It was all lies. And it was in attempts to save himself in the Court of Appeals. The man that I married, who knows the truth, trying to use me to regain his freedom, and in doing so could put me in jail. And then 2 years ago, I had skin cancer. I've had cancer 3 times. I mean, it just kept coming. I was in a wheelchair through a lot of those years, through arthritis. Just so much. It impacts your health. People have no idea. It doesn't just impact you mentally, it impacts you physically. And then I decided after the divorce, I was going to go to college, and I drove Monday through Friday, an hour and a half each way to go to college. And even at college, the students will Google who you are. And I've never understand that, guys. Please tell me, why is it that when somebody in their generation meets a new person, the first freaking thing they do is go Google and find out what they can find on them? I was in class, sitting in my wheelchair, and I was taking a class that dealt with some legal information. And I kind of made a comment, and the girl goes, like you would know, your husband did blank. And I went, and the whole class went, and it got all over. It was a nightmare. So I'm still facing things. My children, think about it. My daughter's dating a guy, had to tell his family what her daddy did. My husband will have to tell, I mean, my husband, my son will have to tell his wife, future wife, and her family. The grandkids will have to know. I mean, it just doesn't stop. In some ways, it was worse for my children. What the kids did to my kids in school was just beyond freaking cruel. And the parents knew, and they encouraged it. Yeah, there is no privacy anymore. No. Oh, it did. It did. I've gone through a lot of healing. Um, Everybody does things differently. I found what worked for me. I can talk all about this, but the emotion is unplugged. And that's something that was said in this trial that I've said to people. It's like when you go through the healing process, and I mean, not just counseling, you just throw it up over and over and over and over again. That doesn't solve it. But when you can get into a place of healing, I can tell you all about this and the emotions unplugged for the most part. I mean, I can get a little bit emotional thinking about how my kids were hurt. I mean, that will always be there. But I can sit here and talk about the horrors and not fall apart. That said, said, I didn't want to have to be this strong. I loved being married. I actually loved being a wife. I've tried dating a guy, but anytime someone starts talking to me and then they find out what happened to me, either on their own or I have to tell them, it's bye bye, sayonara. You know, you're too overweight for me. And then I say, is that the truth? Um, and then they say, well, you just have too much baggage. I looked you up online, and I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So I had a choice to make: allow this to bury me or allow this to elevate me. I chose the elevate. It's still hard. Financially, I'm still paying the price. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I Before I got married, I had a lot of money. I was working as a photographer. I was making real good money, but now I'm poor. I have to do multiple things just to survive because his crime will carry along with me for the rest of my life. It will impact me over and over and over again, and I can't escape it. And my children, more so my son than my daughter, but it you will never fully escape this. So if a parent has a child or a spouse that kills somebody, and then or a spouse or a parent has somebody, a husband or a child, goes to jail for murder. No, he didn't murder. Everybody is so mean to the parents and the spouse when they didn't freaking do it. You're right. It's called generational trauma. And I am so blessed. I've had people in our lives who have helped us. However, remember I was talking about Ashley's daughter, what was her name? Emerson, and even Eva. They may be handling this pretty good right now, but from personal experience with two children, it will come up. It will be ugly, and they better have help available because if not, it could bury those kids. Oh, Haley, thank you. Uh, it's still financially devastating. I am still trying to dig myself out, but God and my spiritual family have made sure that our heads are over the water. I have a house we rent. I can never probably own a house again. I don't earn enough. My credit's destroyed. I try to get some jobs and they do background checks and they see that I was connected to that person and oh, well, we found someone more qualified. And I finally got upset and I told the lady, "Are you telling me the truth? Because when I left here, you told me you were going to try and get me a higher starting price because I'm overqualified." And I said, "Just speak truth. Don't lie to me. You were ready to sign me on, but you had to go before the board as a form of formality. But you said I had the job." She goes, "Well, members on the board know your ex and they don't want to have anything to do with you. And I can't go against the board." And she was crying. So I pretty much can't get a job unless somebody is been in or aware of these kind of situations. It sucks. So I started Jail Widow and I'm going to be coming on once a week and I'm going to be giving advice in the forms of what I went through. So I'm going to be breaking things down. I'm going to start by talking about the moment that there's an arrest, what you should do. This is not going to be legal advice. This is common sense advice. The first thing I'm going to say is find a lawyer. And depending on the crime, find one for you. Um, or at least if you're going to testify or be a part of this, eventually you will need to get one for you. I would have not testified had I had an attorney. There was a lot of things I would not have done or would have done. The was it the hardest part is finally realizing you get the crime and start talking about it. Well, yeah. The thing for me is I have never had a problem talking about it. My problem was nobody wanted to listen. Because here's the thing, just like, for example, I can't say the word. When someone is taken against their will and made to perform inappropriate acts, survivors don't talk because nobody wants to listen and they don't want to believe it. Why? When someone's your friend and they find out you've been through something like that or what I've gone through, it gets too much for them to handle. The reality is too hard because they realize subconsciously it could happen to them. It could happen to any of you that quick. I woke up one morning, took the kids to school, came home with a migraine and asthma. And like I said, beginning of my story, when I saw those two black cars pass me on the street, looked like the ones from the funeral home, I said, I wonder who died. We did. That person died. I'm not that person anymore. I didn't get to parent my kids the way I wanted. I did not get to be the mom I wanted to be. I didn't want to be dad. I didn't want to have to play both roles. I was not the mom and the person that I desired to be. I became somebody else, and I became what everybody else needed me to be. I didn't exist. That person died, and I took a long time to grieve that. I was too busy taking care of the kids. I was too busy taking care of everything else. I was too busy trying to survive. I'm still trying to find my identity because my biggest heartbreak was I couldn't give my children the life that I expected us to have. I did the best I could. They went to some camps, they were in their school activities. I supported them as best I could, but I couldn't shelter them and protect them from all this. And when we were talking about uh, Ashley's little 6-year-old daughter standing out in front of the courthouse doing what she was doing, looking back, they're going to see that was a big mistake. They only get to be children once. And this robbed all of us. His parents, my parents, it affects everybody, all of us. And people just don't get it. Yeah, that to me was child abuse. That should have been called into the CPS. I did because my husband's career, everyone thought police families were perfect. They're not. And a lot of people who become police officers have issues. And I'm not trying to be mean. Like doctors, lawyers, psychologists, you know, nobody's nobody is immune from the demons. Nobody is immune from the demons. And I thought I married a good Christian professional man, very gentle. I mean, he was like the doughboy. He was so gentle, so kind. He helped so many people. But there was this secret sin, for the lack of a better word, that he had before he ever married me. He shouldn't have married me. He should have told me. We would have gotten help. But now it destroyed me, destroyed his kids. And we're having to become different people. I got to admit, though, my children have said they have become better people because of this, because if they were in the life that they would have had, they may have been snobby people. You know what I mean? Privileged to a point. But they're most compassionate, understanding kids I've ever known in my life. And the fact that they are as good as they are now is only because of God. And this journey has been hell. But I want to turn it for good. And if I can help anyone out there, I want to. If any of you, some of you said you've gone through this, one of my goals is to have other people come on, talk about it, what they experience. I want to talk to therapists. I want to talk to probation people. I want to talk to lawyers, because there's things that we, as victims of their crime, even though you're not listed on the document as a victim, you are. Oh, I don't know if I can write a book. I need to find a ghostwriter. I am, with my dyslexia, the dyslexia, I got to quit calling it mine. With the dyslexia, I can't, I want to, but it's hard. Just the writing, not the memorying of it. That's why everyone's so mean to me. My son should have been perfect. My family was the first to abandon. Yeah. And guess what? No matter how good of a parent you are, your children have free will and they choose to do what they do. Doesn't mean that you were bad parents. Now, if you did things that you should have done, like secure the lead shooter and you gave it to them at 14, 15 years old, there's some accountability, but it hurts me when people take things out on the family of the perpetrators. Unless the family abused those perpetrators and caused them to be the way they are, no. I think that the times the time is now to start standing up, sharing my experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and start giving some guidance to people. So the next live I do under Jail Widow, I will be talking about the first 48 hours. Then I'm going to walk through the first week, and then I'm going to start kind of progressing through. Between the first month and then just before trial, we'll move quickly because you do get to the state of what we call existence. Um, but one thing that people don't know, one thing that people really don't realize is that if your husband is charged or your wife is charged with a crime and you hire attorneys, they won't talk to you. You are not the client. You are not the client. They cannot and will not tell you anything. They will use you to save them, but they will not keep you in the loop. It's only up to the client to keep you in the loop. So get your own attorney. Did it shatter your trust in people to realize your Oh yeah. And as bad as I really enjoy being married. I really enjoy being a wife. I don't want to be alone. My kids are at that point. My daughter's in and out from college. My son is getting ready to, he's hopefully will find a girlfriend, get married, and I'm going to be alone. And my body isn't skinny anymore. I've been through a lot physically, and everybody wants the Barbie doll on the arm. But I stuck through my husband thick and thin. I met my marital vows till I had to divorce and then found out whether he was guilty or not. In the eyes of the law, he's guilty. His family thinks he's innocent. I'm not going to say whether I think he's guilty or innocent because I don't need them coming after me. But in the eyes of the law, he's guilty. And if I want to date somebody, I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to hire a private detective because I don't know if I can trust that. I want to. I thought I did with my husband, but we'll see. We'll see how I am when I get there. But that is a concern that will always be in the back of my mind. What am I not being told? I'd rather lie all the ugly out right on the bat. Really, just lay all the ugly out. And then I choose whether I can live with that ugly. It may not be that ugly, but to some people it's horrible. Other people it's nah. Um, oh, thank you, Morales. But it's taken 15 years for me to get to where I can trust people when I meet people. And I've always been the type of person you can tell me that person's horrible, but I'm going to go by what I see. I'm wise enough to keep that information back there and look for the red flags, but I'm not going to base my relationship with people based on other people's words. I used to have a dark room. I used to have a dark room. I used to do my own photography developing and production. I used to print on fiber-based paper and hand color like they did years and years and years and years and years and years ago. I can retouch negatives. I can do all of that. I'm sorry that must impacted you. How you interact with people for years. You must have been. Yeah. Do you know when someone loses a husband or a wife and they go shopping for the first time and they reach up to buy something that they bought all the time, like every time you go because that's what they liked? His was a hot sauce. And I remember just instinctively reaching up to grab it. And oh, it is so relaxing. And I love that. Believe it or not, I'm crazy. I love the way it smells. But I reached up and I grabbed it and I just held it and I just started crying. Now, I wasn't hysterical. I was just quietly, just my head down, just, you know. And someone called my spiritual mom and said she was hysterical and out of control in the grocery store. I'm like, bitch, please. Really? Yet a woman who could have lost her husband to death could be standing there doing that, and you're going to go over, I'm so sorry. It'll get easier. Oh, please. Yeah. By the way, we got a Dutch Brothers in Curvy. Yep. Open today. I got the cookie dough. It's so good. So I know this has been a hard story to hear. It's not easy. I know. And I know this is not our normal programming. It's kind of heavy. So there's more to tell later. Any questions or comments? Oh, you're welcome. Hey, guys, I got some new sound effects. Are you ready? I got a new gavel. Did you hear it? What do you mean? Mama of three, thank you. Maud, can you help her with that? Oh, where it says where you leave a comment, there's a little smiley face for the emojis. Next to it's a dollar bill. You click on the dollar bill and it goes to membership. Click on membership, and then there are different levels. Okay, that's the gavel. Oh, you're going to love this. Is this tacky? Needs to be a hair louder. Oh, gee, gads. Give me a second. I can do that. I can do that. I just got to close this window. Let me go. Yeah, that's one of the things I need is I need to play these for y'all so I know they need to be louder. So I'll make it louder. I'm just going to pull it all the way up to full volume. And if it's too loud, you'll tell me. Okay, here's the next one. What is it? Maud, can you give out the email? What's this one? Okay, guys, this one. Okay, trigger warning. Anybody live in the tornado areas? Yeah. Is that really loud? How loud was the siren? Um, then I have the air horn, and then I have the transition. Let me put that up. I got a bunch of fun words. Lower by 20%. I can do that. I can do that. Let me do it this way. One more time. How was that? That's code red. That's for code red. But I have some funny sounds. I'm just going to up it before I play it.
When all else fails, read the instructions.
I love that one.
All I ask is a chance to prove that money can't make me happy.
I like this one.
Howdy, soldier.
Yeah, that's when we got some heat going on. Here's the
You
next
can't
one.
really think about life. Just gotta let it happen.
Okay, this is cute. I love it. Well, we've had that one before. Door closing. We don't need that. Oh, let's see what this one is.
This guy was good.
Here's an adult male. So, are these too loud? I really need to know. I appreciate you helping.
Oh my God!
Sounds like my aunt.
Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Once upon a time.
Oh, I didn't know that kept going. So when the judge is driving me back crazy, I gotta scream.
And so it begins.
I thought that'd be good when court
And
starts.
so it begins.
Oh.
And the last one. So I got some fun stuff. Actually, they're all very loud. Okay. Well, I'll tone them all down. But I'll do that later tonight. But I got some new fun stuff. Oh, yes. Miss Kevin, how do we do the address thing? I do have a business address, but that's perfect. Send an email. Y'all can join in Discord, and I can give it to you individually in Discord if you join Discord. So, I know this was not what you're normally used to. And by the way, tomorrow night, I'm really going to launch the membership. We're also going to be talking more about Hannah Gutierrez Reed, more about the Ashley or the Swan murder trials. We've got several things that we're going to do. We're going to have fun. And like I tell people, bring your drink of choice. It could be this. It could be an adult beverage. It could be water. It could be tea, whatever you want. Get your snacks. I want us to try and have some fun. I would love to think of a game we can play or something fun we can do. Oh, I know my first membership live, and it will not be monetized. So, cursey words are fine. Whatever you want. Well, there's still limits. There's some words we can't say. Okay, I don't know what you mean, Mama 3. See what in the phone? Miss Kevin? Sorry to put on it. Let me look on my phone. I can pull it up on my phone like I'm one of y'all. Okay. Do you see the little smiley face right there? And then there's a little wallet. Click on the wallet. That's right. It only does show the super. Oh, let me see if I go to the actual YouTube on going through the internet itself. That's true. You may have to do it on a computer or Safari. Yeah. This is weird. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do that. That's new to me. You can do it later. You don't have to do it this minute. Or you can join tomorrow night. You can do that tomorrow night. You're not crazy. Oh, and that was the other thing. Do you know how many people kept telling people that I was either schizophrenic, bipolar, multiple personality disordered, or what is it, borderline personality disordered? Look, if people have that, that's a real thing. I'm not knocking it, but y'all don't diagnose people. I'm on a desktop. If you go to Lawyer Your Nose page on the phone is a join button. So let me see. Let me see. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Let me get to my page. Let me get to me. View channels. I'm live. Okay. There should be a join button. Why are they being so dang selective? That's not fair. I'm monetized. You can't be that way. Uh-uh. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm sorry. I I hate labeling. That's okay. Oh my gosh. What? You have to have 300K for that? Ah, really? Okay, guys, let's get me to 300K. I'm game. I wanted to be at 10,000 by the end of the year, but not sure if we're going to make that. Not going to make it. Well, I'm not going to say that. I hope to make it. I want to be, my goal is 10,000 by the end of the year. Yep. So you can go and do that on a laptop at a later time. I'm so sorry you can't do it now, but that's okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Really, I am. But guys, I have officially, well, how do I put this? I started YouTube 4 months ago. What was it April 15th is when the Karen Reed trial started, and that was my official launch. Um, was it April 15th, Miss Kevin? I think it was, or May 15th. June, no, May 15th. I think May 15th. And um, so, long story short, just in the last month, we went from, we've gained basically 1,800 new viewers and, I mean, subscribers. Oh, I think you need to add join to the end of your URL. That's a Miss Kevin. love you, love you, Miss Kevin, but that's a you thing. I don't know what that means. Oh, May 19th. Okay, so that was May 19th was the official launch of of my channel, and it was by accident. I'm serious. It was by accident. Oh, thank you, Miss Kevin. I have no freaking idea. Um, so any more questions? Anything? That is now please understand, that is only a very tip of the iceberg of the hell in my life. But that said, I want people to know, if you know anybody that's going through what I went through, you can put them in contact with me, send them to this channel, encourage them to watch. If they need to contact me, I will be happy to call them back, have them join Discord. I do pay attention. My mods pay attention so they can get help, and I will help guide them to the best of my ability. The other thing I'm going to say is there's no need to be embarrassed if you need a therapist, because I had one part of the way through it. Should have had one all the way through it. Or promote your channel again. I have no idea, Miss Webb. I didn't have a choice. Do you remember in the movie, oh my gosh, Meryl Streep with all the songs in it? God, I can't remember the name of the movie. It's my daughter's favorite movie. Where her daughter's on it, they live on an island. Anybody remember that movie? Anyway, when she was talking about raising her daughter singly, I didn't have a choice. Mamma mia, thank you. And she says, honey, I didn't have a choice. That's exactly where I was. I didn't have a choice to be strong. I didn't want to be strong. I don't want to be strong. I don't want to do this. Oh, thank you, Momo3. When people go through things like I went through, or horrible things, and later people go, oh, you're so strong. I didn't have a choice. One of the sayings, and yes, I'm Christian. I'm a chaplain. And if this doesn't apply to you, that's fine. But what I tell people, it doesn't matter where the pressures in life are. What matters is, does it press you into the heart of God or away from the heart of God? It pushed me closer. I chose that path. You can allow it to overcome you and destroy you, or you can take the bull by the horns, risk getting cut, scraped, bit, possibly stepped on, being thrown around, but eventually you're going to get the bull. And that's what I did. Yep. That's what I did. But I didn't do it alone. I had a community that came up around me. I have probably 15, 20 church members that rallied around us. Had they not? Oh, that would be great, Melissa. I appreciate him. I really do. He doesn't know it, but I call him my mentor. He doesn't know it. I said, you don't know you're my mentor. But I didn't get through this alone. The Lord brought people in place that I needed at the time I needed. Not all of them are with me, either through illness, age, death, moving, but they're still with me here. And I could not have done it alone. And a lot of people feel like they are doing it alone, and they didn't get the support that I had. It was horrible. Every day, leaving the house, gas station, grocery stores, movie theaters, everywhere, shopping, no matter where I went. If I got out of my car, somebody knew who I was. I couldn't even go into a doctor's office without people talking about it. Yeah, it was that bad. And and the sad thing was, is I had a friend in California, and I hadn't told her yet because she had cancer and she was sick. And she saw it on the news. It went to East Coast to West Coast. We were all over. And I know what's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. Someone's going to look me up. And if you do, I want people to understand my privacy is just because I'm sharing this does not give you the right to look me up and tell people things that I have not shared. I am not going to share what he did. I'm not going to do it. That's his story. I do not want to take on that energy. So be it. So anyway, we have been on an hour and a half, literally to the minute. I thank you so much. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow. If you're struggling with the members only live, go over to Discord. We've thrown that up a couple of times. Click on it, go join our Discord, and we'll help you through there. I am looking forward to tomorrow night. I'm excited but nervous because I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I know a little bit, but I wish there's something fun we can do. Oh, let me see that comment. He's fabulous. He really is. Now, did he say there was a fire in his dishwasher today? I was watching a little bit of court while trying to listen and watch while doing other things. Was there a fire? Post Discord one more time, please, Miss Kevin. Was there a fire or something? Or was he joking? He left quickly, came back. But yeah, he's been really fighting his house with the furnace or the AC or whatever. I don't think so. I will tell you that in Discord, let me pull it up, and I'm going to share my screen so you guys get an idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to go to Ada's Corner to share it. Okay. Share screen. Window. Discord. Share. I'm going to pull this down. Pull this up. Put me bigger. Embiggen me. Okay. Oh, wrong screen. Sorry. Let me delete this. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. I talked to myself. That'd be the one. Okay. When you get into Discord, it's kind of look kind of like, oh, I got to get it on the screen. It's going to look kind of like this. You're going to see announcements. Don't worry about this. That's different for every person. You're going to see Discord rules. Please read them. Members only chat. So you are a member. You can chat with us. You can leave little smiley faces. You can talk. Ada's Corner is where I kind of leave information. If you have a question for the interpreter, here's where you leave that. We're going to have breaking news section. We also have a new section that we just started. It's called Welcome to Support Groups. And y'all can go in there and read that. And then some of the stuff you won't see because that's private. But you will have access to all the members' stuff. And so you can go in and leave a message under member chat. Okay, guys? And we'll be, sometimes I will announce things that's strictly for Discord members in the future. This is all new to me. If I can figure out how to use it, you can figure out how to use it. I guarantee it. I got Safari can't open the page because the address is invalid. We'll try Android later. What were you trying to open, my love? Because I use Safari on... Can they just Google my name, Miss Kevin, in Discord? Can they just Google Ada K? What am I listed under? What am I listed under? How am I listed? Ada K dash juror is well, I have this. Oh, let me copy this. I'm going to copy this. My copy looks different than yours. Copy. And let me paste that. Try this one. See if this gets you in. But try that, Miss Blazy. So, yeah. Yeah, you need to probably download the app. So, let me go over here real quick if you don't mind. I think I did some news. Oh, I need to get that out. Delete. Oh, she's not on, but I'm going to play this anyway. This week, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Miss Andrell. She is the behind the scenes mod. She's the one that's popping up your questions and comments. She's working on our website. She's just so fabulous, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all you do. And I have a new intro. That's right. I actually have domain, and my business name is Ada Media. Ada Dash Media. There's another Ada Media in India, but that is one of multiple. Oh, you are here, Miss Andrell. I didn't know you were here. You're welcome, love. We love you. We appreciate you. Oh, there you are. I wasn't looking at a lot of comments while I was talking. The man with 2 birthdays. I want to know. I have 2 birthdays. I'm adopted. So I have a birthday when I was born, and then I have adoption birthday. We had 2 birthdays, although we didn't get as much gifts. Oh, I asked, and she had other plans. This was a last minute thing. I didn't anticipate her being here, but tomorrow, I hope she will be. Yes, we do, love. We do. But I've also got to work on some other things as well, but we're going to get all that done. We're working on website. Oh, that's right. I got to show you guys this. There's new people you don't know. Oh, where is it? Oh my gosh, guys. We have a contest. Well, guys, it's that time. We need a logo, we need merch, and a website. So I decided to have a competition. The person who creates the winning logo will get a t-shirt, hat, and a $50 gift card. And the logo will be featured on everything that we have: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, the website, my email, all the merch. So if you're interested, deadline's August 15th. The winner will be announced on the 1st of September. Thank you so much and good luck. What do y'all think? Come on, guys. I need some entries. The email is up there, or you can put it in Discord. Your entry can go into Discord. You can definitely download it there. Oh, you missed dying the intro. Oh my gosh. Do we have a cutie pootie? Uh-oh, someone's hopping in. Is someone going to hop on? I am Native American. I am Cherokee Creek.
Hello.
Hey, I
I
do
have-
Native American beadward, and I do regalia.
I have the true CEO.
little CEO Junior.
Yes.
Hi, Booger Boo. Hi. He can't hear me.
No, he can't. He
That's
just
okay.
likes all the lights. He's like, wow.
Light.
If you come to the members only live tomorrow, somebody else is gonna be here.
I know. Oh, and this person will be here. Up. Go, my baby, go.
Oh, we love it.
He's like,
Puppies.
Mama, time to go home.
Hi, Squeegee.
Hey,
Yes.
Squeaky.
Oh. Hi, Sneaky. Hi, everybody.
And for those of you who don't know, this is my mod boss. Uh-huh. Yep. She is the fabulous mod boss. Hey, y'all, I want to give a huge shout out to my favorite mod. Nah, just kidding. All my mods are my favorite, but she's my right-hand mod, and I call her my mod boss. Her name is Miss Kevin, and I just want to say, girl, I couldn't have done this without you. Love you, and I look forward to many, 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 many more posts and lives with you. Be blessed, and thank you for all you do.
You gonna tell us a story, Mr. Buddy? Oh, he's got something to say. He likes my mic.
Love them. Love them. It is so cute.
Yeah,
So cute.
past his bedtime, so I'm gonna put him
This
down.
is, yep, this is Superwoman. That woman right there is Miss Superwoman.
I try my very best.
Oh, we know who controls the house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do. It's right here.
Time. Okay. Well, I'm going to say goodbye.
Yes.
I know this was quite different, but I will be doing this once a week. You are more than welcome to join me. I hope you do. If you haven't, please go on over and subscribe to the jury alternate jury. The
Jail
jail.
window. Yeah.
I had I do want to let me see. I have a question for you guys. What do you guys think of this for my intro for Jail Widow? Is that a little harsh?
Ooh, I like it.
Or do you like this one? Welcome to the Jail Widow. I am Ada Kay, and I lost my husband to prison. This is my story, my experiences, and my survival journey. This is not legal advice. This is where jail widows gather together to support and encourage one another.
I love that. I like the second one.
Well, I'll use the other one when I
C.
talk
Morales
about
goes the first one.
what?
C. Morales goes the first one.
First. Well, I guess depending on the topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like talking about the jail itself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very different. They're very
So-
different. One's dark, one's not.
Fun fact though, I've never been in an American jail, but I've been in jails in 3 different countries. Not as a prisoner, just as a visitor. I should clarify. I've never been to prison, not even once.
Technically, I can't disclose how many times I've been in a jail. Well, I'm a chaplain.
There you go. Yep, it's true.
I'm a chaplain.
Yep. I will tell
What-
you though, sometime I'll tell you the story about the first time I got pulled over when I was learning how to drive after I moved back from Zambia. And the cop thought that my boyfriend at the time, my husband now, was my father. So I'll tell you that story sometime.
How many years apart?
We are the same age. He's actually 8 months older than I am.
Well,
But I look
when I
like a
was your age,
child.
I looked when I was your age, I looked so much younger.
Yeah.
I think it was like I was in my late 30s before people thought I was out of my 20s.
Yes, I try to make the round, sneaky side. Make sure everybody's be cracking the whip over here. But he's had a hard life. Oh
I
man.
changed the birthday song.
Oh, you did?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
I love that. That is so fun. Yes,
love it.
Squeegee. I have lots of stories. Are you okay if I plug my channel really quick?
No, plug it.
I have a channel where I do cleaning videos and I tell lots of stories and talk about my life and my life experiences and stuff. And I also do a little bit of vlogging here and there. So you feel free to check that out. It's called Meet the Robinsons. And let me throw the link in chat real quick. And I try to post over there once a week. I'm kind of like, ooh, I'm not very good at sticking to that schedule.
Oh, we got what's the grandson's name? What's the grandbaby's name?
Oh, I shared it as you.
That's okay.
I always forget. StreamYard is not myself.
I concur with Squeegee. If there was something in the middle with the darker vibe, but like the first with the voiceover, I'm going to work on that. Harry, all right, here we
Happy
go.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Harry.
Yay, happy birthday!
Birthday weekend. And you can share it with him. You can let him see this part. How old is he?
7.
Yeah. Only let him see this part. We sang to him. Yep. We sang to him. So you can let him see that part. Let him know that he made the internet.
Yesterday, we weren't live yesterday, but my brother-in-law turned 18.
Do we do it again?
No, you don't have to. That's okay. I have another brother-in-law we can sing to next week. His birthday's the 12th.
What? But he's got to be watching. Get him to watch.
Yeah, he's 18. He don't watch nothing. He don't watch nothing that I do. Everything I give him, he's like, wah, wah.
Unless it's cash.
Unless it's something his girlfriend tells him, then he's all about it.
Oh, yeah. We ain't getting started. So tomorrow, I have a conference during the day. I'm doing the live tomorrow night.
Mhm.
Sunday, I get to move my daughter from her summer dorm to her permanent dorm for the rest of next year.
I kind of miss that feeling of like getting ready to start a new school year and moving into the dorm and decorating and unpacking.
Girl, they have her summer dorm at the opposite end of the campus from her non-summer dorm.
That's terrible.
And she's going right back into the one she was in.
They did that to my brother. They made him move 2 doors down for the summer, and then he was going to be back in the same place for the fall, and he was so mad. Oh, he was like, "Come on."
And you think they're rocket science is teaching there.
Well, okay, and then here's the thing that made him really mad was it wasn't like they weren't using his apartment for summer housing. They made him move out and let 6 other people move in for the summer. And he was like, "I could have just stayed here and you could have put them in this apartment."
Yeah.
Like, that's
Well,
dumb.
with them, they switched dorms for the summers and they repainted and
Yeah.
cleaned and yeah, I get it, but Oh my gosh. 2 cars.
Oh, ow, jeez.
Uh-oh.
He just smacked his head on my headset.
No crying.
No crying. He's a big boy.
My son lives next door to classes last year and rides a bus.
Oh no. Oh man.
That's funny. Well, guys, let you go, Miss Kevin. I'm going to
gonna
wrap it up.
bed. Good night, everyone. See y'all tomorrow.
See y'all tomorrow. Yes, definitely. And I just want to say thank you. I know tonight was a little heavy, but I wanted to reintroduce this channel. And I look forward to everyone tomorrow night. And I hope that you guys will understand that when I'm talking about something, I'm coming from a place of experience. I don't talk out of my, I only talk about what I know. I do not speak on things I don't know. So I hope that this will build a little better rapport and that you understand that I truly know what I'm talking about. And I too am starting college in a few weeks. I'm going for my criminal justice degree. So everybody saying good night. We appreciate y'all. And I'll see you at 7:00 Central tomorrow night. Remember, you got to be a member. You got to be a judge or higher. Okay, that's $4.99. Okay, good night. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day. Till next time, take care.